everyone. Welcome back. And I'm going to start with a question today that are you prepared to uncover the strategies of the top HR leaders? Welcome back to the We Talk Talent Season 5, your guide to decoding the future of the workplace with India's top leadership voices. You don't need an introduction to this series. You have been our ardent viewers for this one, but I am really looking forward to welcoming today's guest, Nitin Khurana, Head of Global Talent Acquisition of a leading global health tech organization. A little intro about my guest today. With over 3 decades of global experience in talent space, Nitin is driven by a passion for people and innovation. He's excelled in forming strategic partnership, aligning blueprints, and building a robust talent ecosystem across the hire to retire cycle. Nitin is dedicated to mentoring the emerging talent in India and supporting social and environmental initiatives. His expertise spans across the talent acquisition strategies, operational excellence, cost optimization, digitization, automation, ROI, DNI, CSR, and many more amazing portfolios that have been on a part of the comprehensive HR management. He needs no accolades, but I'm happy to share that he's been recognized by Forbes India as one of the top 30 talent leaders of 2024 and awarded Best in Class Campus Recruiter 2023 at the World HRD Congress. This is it not. Nitin is also super committed to reshaping the talent landscape of the country. Can't wait for this conversation to unroll. Hi, Nitin. Welcome.
Hey, Soumya, thanks for having me on the show. It's always
Thank
a
you so
pleasure
much.
to connect and like you were mentioning, one of the viewers, I'm myself a viewer and an ardent fan of the entire series. I think you get to know a lot what's happening around the globe. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Nitin. I think we are really looking forward to hearing and learning from you. One more instance for my viewers, the views and the conversation that is going to be expressed on this one is in the personal capacity and does not align directly with the brand. On that note, Nitin, I'm going to start with the first question and something that sets a bit of a clearer tone for my audience. How is your industry changes in the workplace that have gone by over a couple of years? Why I'm saying couple of years, because everybody knows it has been like a post-COVID era that we are breathing in. So if you could just give us a brief overview, that'll be a fantastic start.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's becomes very eminent, from the fact that there has been so many changes in the industry, especially the pharma, life sciences, tech industry. They've evolved a lot. Whether it is supporting hybrid working, we've often heard about that, right? Enabling the talent around that, enabling digital transformation. Everybody's looking for a lot of transformation through the digital route. Then another important aspect that at least I have seen in the industry is a very high enhanced level of collaboration within the system, outside the system, whether it is with talent, with clients, or within the system, all that works. Focusing a lot on employee well-being, I think that has become all the more important and prominent post the COVID era. People pay a lot of attention and give a lot of importance to it. And I think that's very important when you're working on the human capital side of it. And then nonetheless, navigating through the compliance and security part with so much of digitization coming into the picture, that has also become extremely important, right? And I think I want to close this piece specifically talking about the investment that all organizations and industries, not just the pharma industry as such, life sciences industry, across industries are investing in training and upskillment of the talent. It's no more of what you come in, it's more about how you continue to evolve. So every day is like a learning day over a period of time. Yeah.
Oh, that's a fantastic answer, Nitin. Thank you so much. I really like how you've kind of bucketed the entire evolution for my viewers. And of course, I think training by the day, training by the moment, training by the hour is something that a lot of leaders, a lot of brands are focusing on. But I would really like to understand and probably take a step back on this. There is a lot of noise around the talent war, Nitin, in different capacities, in different kind of arenas. I would love to understand from you that in specific to your industry and the demands, what type of skill shortages do you think is causing the talent war? Maybe you would like to highlight like top 5 of them for the viewers.
So, one, I don't think so. It's anything new, hence I don't want to call it a war, right? It is something that I think has ever been there, but yes, it's getting challenging day on day more, and it's not really shortage of any skill. It's the combination of various skill sets that really bring out the challenge in terms of how many people know to do it. Second is the proficiency level of the skill. Like we say that everybody knows how to speak English, how well you speak English makes the difference. Similarly, is the skill proficiency level. Are you a beginner in that skill? Are you an expert in that skill? What combinations do you have? I think all those actually define a lot in terms of whether the skill set is available in abundant and not, and hence relates back to my earlier piece that I mentioned. Investing in training is an inevitable part. That means, and investing not just from the organization into talent, but the talent for themselves as well is very important.
Wow, you've deciphered this mist in a way that this is so clear, Nitin. I really, really love that you've said it's not a war actually, and not a shortage, if you could say about it. It's pretty much like a combination that and the proficiency part. That's a very interesting anecdote. So thank you for highlighting that. If I could just segue into the another part of this conversation, Nitin, and probably in your voice, it would just love to know that what are some of those prominent challenges that organizations are in India today are facing to kind of utilize the gig economy to its full potential? I think gig economy has been like a long-standing concept for us, but maybe now I'm just trying to make it a little more easy for the viewers to understand. How can we go about addressing that?
See, I think utilization of gig economy starts with the mindset of the organization and the culture of the organization to begin with, right? Obviously, there are nuances like regulatory issues, the way you want to manage manage the talent in the gig economy because they're working remote, how well you are integrating with them into the system, what are the benefits and rights that you are applying for the gig economy. People look for how well they are culturally fitting to the organization fabric, economic factors, infrastructure, and stuff like that. But I think the crucial part, in summary, is the mindset, culture, and the openness of both talent as well as the organization. So I really don't. If you personally ask me, I don't foresee it as a challenge. I foresee more as something that needs to be dealt with, it wearing a different hat and a perspective altogether.
I'm just really liking this kind of how do I say, it's a rhythm that you're creating. I'm giving you very complicated questions, Nitin, but you're actually simplifying everything in a very beautiful way. So that kind of parody I'm really liking with you.
Thank
But
you.
thank you so much. I think that's a very interesting take when we talk about the gig work. I'm going to kind of also now just quickly segue this conversation into a leap forward for us. And I'm going to ask you that how do you see the importance of soft skills evolving in the future? It's again one of the most big burning topics at the moment. But how do you see it kind of evolving from here?
I think soft skills is the most spoken about, yes, yet most underutilized or under-implemented from an important standpoint. Every organization, even the talent for that matter, understands the importance of soft skill. And I think that's very critical. It's no more about how well you converse and conduct yourself. It is how well you're able to remotely collaborate for that matter. How well are you able to adapt? How well are you able to focus on the customers, relationship building primarily, then some strengths in from a leadership perspective, what is the intelligence that you bring about from a conflict resolution perspective, and nevertheless, what sort of career growth does the person get enabled from soft skill, from career advancement perspective. In a nutshell, if I were to say, I think it holds a lot of importance, but the dynamics of soft skill has changed. Soft skill 10 years back was more about how people talk, and now it is about collaboration, working, leadership, learning development, client focus, all those pieces.
Absolutely, viewers. That's a very, very important anecdote that Nitin just shared for us. Thank you, Nitin. And I'm actually throwing all these big burning trends at you. How can we not talk about the Gen Z? I mean, we are pretty much in the middle of 2024. I think it's a watershed movement in the entire fraternity saying that Your Gen Zs are on the way in and your boomers are going out. And that means like a whole new universe for the leaders. And of course, you represent a function, I think, that is going to be most affected with this movement. So let me just ask you, what is your take on the new generation, which is the Gen Zs, entering the workforce, and probably how their expectations are different from of those of the previous generations?
I think, personally, if you ask me, I think Gen Z brings a lot of excitement, right? All full of energy, full of passion, and extremely vocal about what they expect and they need. I think that's the beauty about it. I think people in Gen Z are really vocal about it. I try and relate as much as possible with them. They're very clear about what is the flexibility around the work environment. What is the purpose and values that the organization have? Are they able to relate to it or not? What type of career growth will they have and the development? And important, what's the impact that they'll be able to make in an organization? It's no more a mundane 9 to 5 sort of a job. It's what is the impact that it'll be able to create. And definitely, without saying, work-life balance remains on the top of the charter. And I think it's valued, it's recognized that once that um, sync is done, then the people are much more productive, they're much more receptive, they're more outcome driven. And clearly, Gen Z is also a lot about diversity and inclusion, and diversity just not does not mean the gender diversity, diversity in views, diversity in a lot of aspects for that matter. So personally speaking, I think they bring in so much of charge, so much of newness, and it's something that I don't think so any organization is grappling with. But it is a true testament of how flexible and agile and nimble the organization is towards crafting their future talent strategy.
I think these are the catalysts to any organization. They're going to come in, they're going to stir up. And these are the true entrepreneurs, right? I think they're very entrepreneurial in their entire approach to how they do
Absolutely.
things. That's fantastic. Nitin, thank you so much. I think this has been a lovely conversation with you. This has been so great. What are some of your closing comments that you're going to leave my audience today with?
Okay, so one, thanks, Soumya, for having me on the session. I think I loved it. I do career introspection for a lot of fresh graduates from colleges, continue to mentor and coach folks. Uh, my one word that has driven me a lot is what I would leave it the viewers to, is always be driven by your passion. Passion is that's going to take you places.
Irrespective of the places, irrespective of the
Absolutely.
generations, passion
Absolutely.
is something that stands strong and with the test of time it will always shine through. Thank you. Thank you so much, Nitin. I think all I can say is this has been like a gold mine of power insights. It's pretty much true to the We Talk talent. This has been a fantastic conversation today. Thank you so much for joining in. Thank you so, so much.
Thanks for having me on it. I look forward to your next episode. Bye, Sel.
Great.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you so much. And with that, we wrap up yet another powerful but insightful conversation on the We Talk Talent series, everyone. I hope you found the amazing anecdotes that Nitin shared to the value, and I thoroughly enjoyed every part of this. Remember, the world of talent management is ever evolving. Do join us again in the next episode as we continue to explore fresh perspectives on building and nurturing the workforce of tomorrow. Until then, take care and thank you so much for joining.